Welcome to the Sideline pregame show. I'm Jake Berry alongside Mark May. And Mark, last week Memorial didn't have a start to district that they would have liked, but we've got another game. It's a Thursday game, McAllen Memorial versus La Jolla.
Yeah, that should be a good opportunity for Memorial to right the ship a little bit, get to 1-1 in district after they lost a heartbreaker to Mission last week, 28-25. Mission scoring with just 3 seconds left to overtake Memorial in that district opener. But the Mustangs are still very strong, averaging about 38 points a game, about 440 yards a game, about 360 yards rushing per game. In fact, this might be a quick game. This game might be over by 9 o'clock because both of these teams like to run the football.
Yeah, and La Jolla, synonymous with the team that will only pass when they absolutely have to, going against Memorial, who has been more pass happy this year than
a little bit. Yeah, they've got some targets. La Jolla's only thrown 12 passes in 4 games. So they don't throw very much at all. They have a good running quarterback. But getting back to Memorial, they do have some good targets in Zion Gregory and Nick Nelson. Nelson's caught 7 balls for 138 yards. Gregory has close to 200 yards in receptions and a couple of touchdowns. So and Joseph Lada doesn't throw very often, but when he does throw, he does like to go long. He's averaging over 14 yards per completion, which is incredible. Usually 7 yards is considered pretty good, and he's getting 14 yards every time he completes the ball. So you know they have some guys who can catch it and can get open downfield.
And now, for La Jolla, we know that they like to run. What do we know about them as far as defensively? Who's going to be able to lead them in trying to stop McAllen Memorial? Yeah,
La Jolla is led by their leading tackler is linebacker Daniel Salinas. You can also look for defensive back Salvador Carmona, Nelson Camero, who's a good two-way athlete. He'll start, will not necessarily start, but he'll play wide receiver and be a defensive back for this La Jolla team. La Jolla's coming in. They started off with two wins over Palmview and Roma, and then they've lost to Sherryland and PSJA High, their district opener last week. They've given up 93 points in their last 2 games, so yeah, they are looking to correct some things on defense. Memorial, meanwhile, a very strong team as far as running the football. Campbell Spates should go over 1,000 yards in this game. He's just 24 yards away from breaking 1,000 in what would be only the 5th game of the season. It's just amazing. He's had 4 200-yard plus games already. Would expect close to that again and this evening against the La Jolla Coyotes. He has 13 touchdowns. They've also got Michael Lewis, who's averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Fernie Briones, 8 yards a carry. Joseph Lada will also carry the football too. He's a good run-pass threat as well. And he was the subject of our interview this week. The 4-down lineman for Hannah. They're going to fake the toss to Spates, and Lada's going to let it go over the middle. Vanta's wide open. It's Gregory. Big play there at the 30. Now the 20 sprinting away, and it's a touchdown. First play of the game. And the Mustangs pull a rabbit out of the hat as they fake it to Spates, throw it deep on the first play, and they've got a 69-yard touchdown.
The one play that stuck out to me was that first play against Brownsville Hannah when we called a post route with our receiver, and there was just one safety over the top. And it was just a fake 18 pitch. I saw him open and I just let it out, and it was a complete pass and we scored. And it was just a great feeling of having our first touchdown as a throwing pass for a quarterback under center with the running team. Things that we've done differently is we've opened it up a little bit more. We obviously run the ball because we were just a ground and pound team. But when they come down, we can just easily go over the top and just let it loose. Our mindset and preparation for this week is to just stay focused all week during practice, just to give it all we got, look at the different fronts we have, and just focus and give it 100% all practice and just execute our game plan. It benefits us to show all right, we took this loss and we're going to build from it, and we're going to become a better team from this, and just every game go out with 100% and just get a win.
Welcome back to the Sideline pregame show. And Mark, we've got 2 teams playing on Friday. What do we know about these games, and what can we expect from them?
Well, we've got McAllen is going to play their second district game against the Mission Eagles. That'll be a home game for them tomorrow night. McAllen is 2-2. Mission is 3-1. McAllen comes in after having lost to Nicky Rowe, but they did pick up some momentum late in that game. They were down 3 touchdowns early, outscored them 14-7 the rest of the way, and I think maybe picked up some confidence and some things that they can that can be effective for them going up against against this high-flying Mission team. Hunter Curl looked pretty good at quarterback. He played most of the game last week. They did use Felipe Magana a little bit in a wildcat. He's normally a wide receiver, but he's had experience at quarterback before, so they did line him up at quarterback a couple of times, and we'll probably look for that again. Troy Martinez, 5 touchdowns in 4 games. He had an 18-yard touchdown catch from Curl to him against the Row Warriors. Quinlan Canada had a 47-yard touchdown reception. That was a thing of beauty. And so Mackay is going to need all of their weapons in sync against this Mission team. Mission scoring about 37 points a game, close to 400 yards a game that they're getting. Coy Detmer is their head coach, a former NFL player. They've got quarterback Jeremy Duran, who's only a sophomore, but he's thrown to close to 1,000 yards already. Probably will go over 1,000 in the game against Mackay. He's at 864, 8 touchdown receptions or passes he has. Tito Moranta has 6 touchdowns already in just 4 games. Andrew Maldonado is a good pass run threat. He's got 4 touchdowns rushing. He's got 3 more touchdown catches. So this guy is all over the field, a really good athlete. Ray Garcia provides a big target at tight end. He's got a couple of touchdown catches, 9 receptions for him on the year. Steve Villarreal, 19 receptions. So he's another target that they'll look for. And then on defense, they have 7 starters back from last year, so they have a pretty experienced defense too. So it's a pretty tall order for Mackay going up against this Mission team.
But Mackay did show signs of really putting it together late in that second half. And if you look at what they did, if earlier in the game, Rowe was doing a great job of blitzing them, but it seemed like they got their legs in the end of that second half, and they really looked good.
Yeah, they did. They put Magana in there, who's got a little more speed at quarterback out of the Wildcat formation, and he was able to pick up some first downs for them. And then, of course, Canada and Martinez out of the backfield really shined for them. So,
yeah, we'll see how this game goes versus Mission, but they're not the only team playing. We've got Rowe playing as well.
Yeah, the Nicky Rowe Warriors are on the road against Juarez Lincoln. Juarez Lincoln still a little bit down, still in the rebuilding phase. They've dropped 13 of their last 14 games dating back to last year. They do have a win over Rio Hondo, but then they've lost 3 straight coming into tomorrow's game. They lost to PSJA North in their opener. They're averaging about 22 points a game under Coach Tomas Garcia. Of 8 starters back, just 4 on either side of the ball from last season. Quarterback is Josh Briones. Their tight end Orlando Perez, so kind of lead the offense. On defense, they've got a second-team all-district linebacker in Keith Hernandez. Defensive lineman Mark Guerrero and defensive back Albert Batres will be some of the ones to look out for Juarez Lincoln. But looking at Nicky Rowe, they have a lot of weapons. Of course, they're 4-0 this season, having beaten Weslaco, Mercedes, Edinburgh North, and Mackay, averaging about 34 points a game and 370 yards. Quarterback Jonas Ortiz, kind of an outside shot maybe to hit 1,000 tomorrow night. He needs 224 yards passing to reach 1,000 yards for the season, completing 74% of his passes, which is just outstanding. Has 12 touchdown passes, 4 touchdown passes against Mackay last week. The running attack, they've got Lorenzo Lopez, who did not play last week, so we'll see how much action he's able to get coming up on Friday. But they've also got Joey Partida, who's averaging 8.5 yards a carry, Nick Meehan, who's averaging 5 yards a carry and has 3 touchdowns. So they've got a lot of weapons that they can go to. And then on looking at their defense, Hosea Alonso leads the team with 26 tackles. They've got Jason Neal at safety with 25 tackles. Linebacker Derek Luna has played really strong there as well. And he's a two-way player. He's a threat as a wide receiver and also as a linebacker. So, but I would look for Rowe to probably pull off the win against Juarez Lincoln.
Yeah, it looks like that might be the case. And Juarez Lincoln having a tough time this season. Rowe is on fire, the only undefeated team in 6A.
Yeah, they were just 5-5 last year, remember, so they're already 4-0 this year. They're doing really well.
Well, there's our preview for Thursday's games and tomorrow's games when we come back from the break. More of our pregame show.